Did you know that Michael Jordan said something to Kobe Bryant so bad that Kobe didn't speak to his teammates for over 2 weeks, right up until they played MJ again? It affected him so much he went into a deep focus mode we have never seen before. And when he did play MJ again, he went absolutely berserk and embarrassed MJ off the court. Now maybe you've heard this story, but I bet you haven't heard the events that played out beforehand, leading to this showdown of two of the most competitive people in sporting history, both unwilling to lose and willing to do anything to make sure that that doesn't happen, with MJ's confidence getting in his own way and even orchestrating his own downfall. Grab your popcorn, you're in for a good story. With Kobe being drafted in 1996, he managed to get some games in against MJ before he retired. 4 in fact, which they split 2-2. It was clear to see even then though that Kobe was a fierce competitor, just like Jordan, both with killer instinct on and off the court and willing to win at all costs. It was also clear to see that Kobe was a rising star, but his ascent didn't really manage to cross with MJ since he retired at the end of the 1998 season, fresh off his 6th championship and his 2nd three-peat. And that should have been it between these two. MJ retired on top and Kobe was going to take the mantle up next, right? Well, luckily for us, MJ decided to play again at 38 years old in 2001. Although this time the tables had turned. MJ didn't have his amazing cast around him since he was playing for the Wizards. Meanwhile, Kobe had the best player in the league at the time, Shaquille O'Neal. Not only that, but Kobe was the one winning now, with 2 rings already, looking for a 3rd. But there were some similarities between them outside of their killer mentality. They both had the same coach, legendary Phil Jackson, and they both have Tyronn Lue on their team as well. But most of all, they are both eager to prove their doubters wrong. Kobe was eager to prove that the Lakers were his team just as much as Shaq's. And MJ wanted to prove everyone that he still had it and was going to drag the Wizards to the playoffs despite his old age. The 2003 season was shaping up to be the last clash of these two titans. Who will win, the aged MJ or the young hotshot defending champion Kobe? There were 3 games between them this season to settle it. Their own little best of 3 series. Who wins? GOATs discussions, trash talk and all round amazing play. Let's find out. November the 8th, 2002. The Wizards were 3-3 at this time. Not bad considering they missed the playoffs in the prior season, but MJ wanted to change that. The Lakers, however, they were in absolute turmoil. Shaq being injured for the early part of the season meant that Kobe had to put the team on his back. And he was struggling with that since they were 2-5 at the time. And considering the power struggle in LA was really starting to heat up at this time, this wasn't good for Kobe. And now he has MJ to worry about. This should be an easy game if Shaq was there, but he wasn't. And Kobe can't let a 39-year-old MJ coming off the bench embarrass him, could he? Kobe came out like a bat out of hell, scoring 11 in the first quarter. But the rest of the Lakers were playing like their 2-5 record, allowing the Wizards to win the first 3 quarters, starting the 4th with a 14-point deficit. MJ was playing well, still hitting those silky smooth fadeaways and irritating defense, as he had 15 points and 2 steals coming off the bench in the first 3 quarters. Kobe had to put on a show to win this back, and he kinda did, but it was his teammate Brian Shaw who was the headline act as he went off for 13 points. Combined with Horry's 7 and Kobe's 6, the Wizards' 14-point lead was wiped out as it became a 1-possession game. With 17 seconds left, MJ grabs Robert Horry's rebound and was sent to the line with a 3-point lead. MJ hits 1 of 2 to push it to a 97-93 game with 17 seconds left. Game over, right? Wrong. Shaw, with 14 seconds left, does his best Steph Curry impression by hitting a sprint up the court off the dribble 3 to make it a 1-point game.
14 seconds left, and Brian Shaw buries another 3 and gets it back to 1.
And then MJ was sent to the line again, this time with the opportunity to put the game out of reach completely, since 2 free throws here forced the Lakers to hit a 3 in under 12 seconds to force overtime. Jordan, a career 84% free throw shooter, was well known for his late game heroics. He should be fine, right?
Averaging 7 points through the first 6 Bryant's hands with the last shot.
Wrong. He missed one, leaving the door open for the Lakers to either make a 2 to tie or even go ahead with a 3. Dangerous considering Shaw is currently hotter than the sun, Big Shot Bob is equally as scary in these scenarios, and D-Fish isn't half bad either. And that's without mentioning Kobe too. With 12 seconds left, the Lakers execute a beautiful play that left Robert Horry open in the corner, and the late game 3-point assassin made it, putting the Lakers up by 1 with 2.9 seconds left.
Bryant to Shaw, Shaw into the corner. Horry, three-pointer is good.
Kobe had done it. In this one game, he can silence the media saying that he is no good without Shaq. He can stop this 2-5 Lakers losing skid that they're on and start to turn this season around and hopefully win their 4th ring in a row, right? All while rubbing MJ's face in it. Wait, what?
Russell gives it back to Stackhouse. Oh, he did not!
MJ again doing what he does best, win. Even at 39 years old, coming off the bench, he went for a season high 25, matching Kobe's 27, except he got the victory. All at Kobe's expense. The media had a field day and Kobe was forced to sit on his tongue all the way till the 03 All-Star game, 3 months later in Atlanta. Now I know what you're thinking, the All-Star game shouldn't count. It's never competitive, no one plays defense and no one really cares about who wins. And you know what, you're right. Normally, but this All-Star game wasn't just a bit of fun. It was anything but that. You see, MJ and Kobe were both on top form and were both eager to try and get the edge on each other by any means necessary. And this is where MJ goes too far. It's clear to see both players knew that this would be one of the last times they would be sharing the court together, and they both wanted the other one to know that they were the dominant force. The game itself was a to and fro affair. The East led the first 21-18, but then the West won the second 37-29, and this led to a 55-52 lead to the West at half time. The East, however, hit the third rolling, winning it by 10 points and having a 10-point lead 4 minutes to go in the fourth. However, Kobe wasn't going to sit back and let this game get away from him, as at 3:43 left in the fourth, he decided to put the West on his back and start the resurgence, with this nasty defensive play on none other than MJ.
Here's Jordan with the change of pace, and rejected by Bryant. Jordan.
And you know Kobe took great pleasure in that.
MJ tried to keep the West at bay with moves like this, to give the East an 8-point lead with 2 minutes left. But the surging West momentum continued to make it a 1-point game with 30 seconds left. MJ on the ball, 30 seconds left, 1-point game. We have all seen these moments before. This is his time. Let's see what happens.
And he does, but he was blocked.
He missed, and then he'd done the unthinkable, fouled Kobe on the other end, who split his free throws to tie the game 120-120 with 10 seconds left. So here we go again, MJ with the ball, with another chance to wrap this game up and really put the MJ-Kobe comparisons to bed, or at least for now.
Jordan with 4, 3, not over the head.
But look at his face, he knew he blew it. But he did have another chance, because if we was to fast forward to 19 seconds left in OT, he did have a chance to put this game to bed, and he did.
And Michael has the ball, again guarded by Shaw Marion. The fadeaway, yes!
With 3 seconds left, the West need a miracle to hang on here, and luckily for the West, Kobe got fouled on a Hail Mary 3 attempt, giving him a chance to win the game if he sinks all 3. But unfortunately, he missed one, making this the first double OT game in NBA history. Everything to play for. But unfortunately for MJ, this duel had to come to an end as his age caught up with him and he asked not to go back into the game, and the West ended up winning 155-145. But MJ wasn't done. Definitely not. As all the players dapped up each other after the game, MJ noticed that Kobe was wearing a pair of Jordans. And when the two met, MJ whispered this into Kobe's ear. "You can wear the shoes, but you will never feel them." We will get into how Kobe took this later, but for now just know that Kobe was not only that, but yeah, Kobe got his win over MJ, but does it really count? Not only was it an all-star game, which you could argue puts an asterisk on it already, but MJ couldn't even see the game out due to his old age. Wherever you stand on this debate though, it is now 1 game to Kobe and 1 game to MJ, with the last game being in March. Not only being the last game between MJ and Kobe this season, but also being an equalizer for this mini series between the two. But it wasn't just important for these two. Both the Lakers and the Wizards needed this win. The Wizards so they could make a playoff push, and the Lakers so they could try and improve seeding for their 4th championship run. So it's literally all to play for. Kobe, however, couldn't let what MJ said slide, as Gilbert Arenas tells us.
Jordan hits him on the butt and says, "You can put the shoes on, but you ain't gonna never feel them." They say Kobe didn't talk to the team for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like he just went silent. But he was on 1 million. So they said, "Phil, what's up with Kobe? He mad at us?" It was like, "Nah, he ain't mad at you." Jordan, in Washington, it's like, "And what? 2 weeks ago?" He was like, "Yeah, he told him he can copy him all he want and do all that, but he'll never fulfill those shoes." Hey, they was like, "Yeah, I feel sorry for next time we play Jordan."
Kobe was 100% focused on their March 28th fixture, Washington Wizards at Lakers. It was going to be an all-out war as far as Kobe was concerned. But it wasn't that. It was an absolute slaughter as Kobe went off for a court-destroying 55 points, scoring in a myriad of different ways.
Long jumper, 8-2. Kobe for 3, unbelievable. It is, they trail now by 1. Here's his jumper, and that's the first lead of the night for Los Angeles.
Okay, Jerry Stackhouse going to have to step up and get a hand, force Kobe to do something else. He's just stopping now and pulling up.
And while MJ's 23 on 50% from the floor was great for a 39-year-old, Kobe was fueled with MJ's comments, and that fuel was more than enough to get his motor churning as the Lakers beat the Wizards by 14. Kobe being the clear best player on the court, scoring 55 points. And it was this moment right here where Kobe took the league from MJ, cementing his place in history and opening the door right back up for the Kobe-MJ comparisons, forcing MJ to even say later on that Kobe is the only player that can be compared with him. And that's the untold story of how Kobe got his revenge on MJ and absolutely embarrassed him off the court. If you made it this far, like the video please, it really helps me out, and consider subscribing. I have plenty more sports stories to tell.